The amendment is agreed to. For what purpose does the gentleman from Minnesota seek recognition?
I have an amendment at the desk.
The gentleman, the clerk will report the amendment.
Amendment offered by Mr. Ellison of Minnesota. At the end of the bill, before the short title, add the following new section. None of the funds made available by this act.
Consent that the amendment considered to be as read.
Is there objection? Without objection, the reading is dispensed with. Pursuant to the order of the House of today, the gentleman from Minnesota, Mr. Ellison, and a member opposed will each control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Minnesota.
Well, Mr. Chairman, no hardworking American should ever have to worry about whether her employer will refuse to pay her when she works overtime or take money out of her paycheck, especially if she works for a federal contractor. This practice is known as wage theft. Right now, the contractors who violate the Fair Labor Standards Act are still allowed to apply for federal contracts. My amendment would deny federal contracts to those who violate the Federal Labor Standards Act to deny workers the pay they have earned. The amendment ensures that those in violation of the law do not get taxpayer support. We should only reward good actors. Taxpayer money must be spent wisely, and as the largest purchaser of goods and services, the federal government must find a way to make sure that funds are going to companies that treat their workers fairly and according to the law, and give every American family a chance to succeed. More importantly, it signals to working Americans around the country that wage theft will not be tolerated. Low-wage workers are fighting back. They are demanding that they be treated fairly. And now it's time for Congress to stand with these low-wage workers and say clearly that wage theft is not anything that we're willing to tolerate. So we may not agree on the minimum wage, and we may not agree on a lot of other things, but I believe Americans on both sides of the aisle believe that a penny earned is a penny that must be paid, and any time a federal contractor is found to have violated a worker's rights and been found to be guilty of that according to the law, that federal contractor should not benefit from the money in this particular bill. So with that, I would like to just add, with the remainder of my time, that this is a very serious problem. That a recent report by the Health, Education, and Labor and Pensions Committee in the United States Senate reveals that 32% of the largest Department of Labor penalties for wage theft were levied against federal contractors. There should be a consequence. Similarly, the National Employment Law Project study found that 21% of federal contract workers were not paid overtime, and 11 have been forced to work off the clock. So, Mr. Chairman, we do hope that we can get cooperation from all members on this. I'll yield to the gentlelady my remaining time.
I join.
Gentlelady from Texas is recognized.
I thank you. I rise to support the gentleman's amendment and add this point that many of these federal workers are women who are head of household, and therefore the undermining of their compensation based upon overtime and the theft of wages because they're not paid fully for their dollars or for their work and hours really undermines the family. And so I believe that this is a very important amendment, and I ask my colleagues to support the gentleman and yield back my time.
I yield a balance.